What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Man, just taking and getting set up here. I am taking and doing a draft through ESPN.com. Every year I do this draft. I met these guys a couple years ago working at a company I used to work at, and some really, really cool guys. Shouts out to my buddies, Wesley and whatnot, and also my homie Brian. Even though they're Dallas Cowboys fans, they're pretty cool people, man. Definitely clap back. Definitely think the world of those guys, man. I'm part of this league, man. So, yeah, man. This is my draft. This is my fifth year taking and doing fantasy football. I love it, man. It's first when it came out, I was like, man, so stupid. Oh man, look, fantasy football, really? And then they had TV shows, about it, and I happen to really like it a lot, So, yeah, man, this is right now. Last year in this league, I came in third place. I lost in the championship, so very frustrating because I dominated. I think I lost one game all season. So I'm going to try to keep the same strategy, but have a little bit more depth. I did a lot more research this year. I am going to go quarterback early. I feel like getting a quarterback is definitely something that is very, very important, Now, I think so right now, and this is my real live reaction. This is actually what I feel right now. So Lamar Jackson's coming off the board. I did one with my brother Isaac and Jason, and I was not able to get Lamar Jackson. Pretty ticked off. Can't even lie to you. But man, he's gonna come to my team, okay? But some other guys who I'm also taking and looking at high, I like to focus on running back to. It's not like the Patriots or with the Buccaneers or even the Dolphins where, hey, you have an abundance of people who you could end up taking and choosing, right? And if you pick one of those guys, you don't know what points you're going to get, I like guys like Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, workhorse type guys, Miles Sanders, and Christian McCaffrey, shouts out to him, So, guys like that, I'm heavily taking a looking at, this year and whatnot. Joe Mixon, I probably add to the mix as well, too. Right now, hitting my receivers up. Michael Thomas, man, a.k.a. Lecrae. He looks just like Lecrae. That's somebody who I'm also taking and looking at as well, too. So, I think he's somebody who's going to be – he got a mouth on him. I saw him and Devontae Parker were bumping some heads this year. So, that was Kenny Golladay, man, I've got him for the last 3 years, man. He never fails, man. He's a when it comes to fantasy points, he's like a Larry Fitzgerald. He's going to get you about the same thing every time, but you know what he's going to bring to the table, and he's also very consistent as well, too. So, let's see what we got here. Put my little guy over here so y'all can see. Now, I will say my second pick, guys, I'll keep it 1,000 with you. I'm probably going to pick George Kittle, maybe Travis Kelce. But I'm going to pick one of those two guys, man. I feel like in those two guys, it's going to be I know Travis Kelce, they have him getting more points than George Kittle. But I don't know, man. I just feel like with more weapons in Kansas City and then, having less weapons for Jimmy G or Jimmy Garoppolo having in San Francisco, I feel like George Kittle is definitely the better pick. Jerks, they're taking my guys. All right, guys, here I am. Oh, am I next? Oh, time machine's on it. Okay. They're jumping my guns, guys. I'm like a little nervous here. I can lie to you and stuff. Let's see what we got here. Up here. Come on. Pick your guy, Russian roulette. Let's go. Saquon Barkley, Michael Thomas is off the board. Lamar Jackson's going to ball out this year, man. One thing I love I know a lot of people like, pick the quarterbacks later. Doug, you could probably get Tom Brady later. This is true. This is very true. Oh, hold on. Enough with the talking. Lamar Jackson, what's happening? Welcome to my team. So happy I drafted him. Oh my gosh. So Lamar Jackson is first off the board for my team. So yeah, man, pretty happy about that. You got a lot of guys, man. You got Dak Prescott, and that guy's a lot of weapons. Russell Wilson, a lot of weapons. Deshaun Watson, he's one of those guys like Brady. He brings the best out of people. Someone goes down, someone's going to fill in the spot. He's going to get you your points, man. And he just got paid too. The $40 million a year. That's a lot of money. You know, Tom Brady's there too, but with Lamar Jackson, I feel like he is definitely going to be at the top of the list as far as people who are going to get you points. Next, guys, I'm coming up here in a pick or two. I'm going very high on tight end. Okay, tight end. There's a few guys, you know, but they're going to be real hit or miss. I want to get something that's a sure deal every single week, okay? And after that, I'm going to start hitting my running back. I tend to pick up my running backs using my second or third pick. The previous draft I did, I actually had Saquon Barkley because a lot of the guys I wanted were off the board already. But, yeah, man, George Kittle's next, man. All right, just got to wait another minute and a half here. Make sure I got all this recorded. Screen. Okay. All right, guys. So thinking George Kittle. See, I told you guys, man. Guys, this year in your draft, please take my advice. Pick a tight end high. Not your first pick, but you could probably get who the heck you want in your second pick. So that being said, George Kittle, let's go. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Okay. Now, got two of the guys I really wanted, George Kittle, Lamar Jackson. I'm ecstatic. I'm very, very pumped up. Now, next, as far as receivers, man, they got Devontae Adams, Julio Jones in the house. These two guys are going to get you good points. But I think I'm going to go running back pretty high because it's pretty deep in receivers this year. Now, what I'm thinking, y'all keep taking my dang people. I don't know if you guys have been here on the recording, but ESPN says to you, looks like they had their eye on him too. So a few people that I am definitely taking a looking at. Definitely going to be looking at Kenyon Drake. Man, the kid balled out. I'm not like he used to be a Dolphin. And he was real hit or miss, but our O-line was also hit or miss as well too. So very happy that he is in a good situation. He might be on a situation on my fantasy roster here in a minute. So I'm right now kind of eyeing down Aaron Jones or even Kenyon Drake. So let's see what else we got here. Got Devin Singletary, man. Let's see what his numbers are. I mean, this is a guy, man, I've contemplated. So he got on, let me see here, 775 yards, 2 touchdowns. I feel like they have so many. I don't think I'm going to draft Devin Singletary, and here's why. They have a lot more people to take and get the ball to, you know, than just to focus on the run game, right? They throw the ball quite a bit over there in Buffalo. So, yeah, I think I'm going to hold off on that. But Antonio Gibson, now, excuse me, they're starting running back just took and got sent away. Who the heck did they take? I keep taking people here from me. What was I going to say? Yeah, so Adrian Peterson, he's now on Detroit, right? So that leaves Antonio Gibson for Washington. So I really feel that I'm gonna take him. I think it's gonna be a good situation. But nonetheless, I'm also looking at Austin Eckler. So I think, guys, next. My mind made up. I think I'm gonna go Austin Eckler next. See what he did last year. I want to take. Okay, so he had. Man, the kid balled out 993 yards. It's pretty dang good, if you ask me. Let's see here. Austin Eckler, receiving yards. Am I reading that right? Oh, rushing yards. Excuse me. I'm seeing what I want to see there. 65. Okay. Oh, snap. 605 yards receiving. Yeah, Austin Eckler, man. Please follow my lap, man. Because if I get Austin Eckler, and we got 2 running back spots, as you see over here to the left side of my screen, I'm thinking Austin Eckler. Shucks. Oh, shucks. No. You guys I am looking at, though, Todd Gurley, man, he put up some points last year, y'all. 896 yards. not terribly bad. He also had 300 yards catching as well too. So that is a guy I'm also looking at as well too. Yeah, and I tend to be a guy who I just want to touch up on this, not to be too much all over the place, but I tend to go defense very early. I'm gonna be honest with you. I usually go 7th round because, you know, when everybody's picked, a lot of people in human society, human science, biology, a lot of us think the same. You know, so a lot of people tend to pick defenses last, but and tend to think they're gonna be in these dogfights. But I don't want it to be a dogfight, and I want my defense to constantly put up points for me. You know. However, far as running backs, Austin Eckler, Los Angeles Chargers. I wanted to say San Diego so bad. Welcome to my team. Let's go. Let's go. For all my Cambodia, what's up? Tastes like victory. Let's get it. Now for running backs, I'm gonna try to hold off on Antonio Gibson to the pick after this. Here's why. A lot of people, they don't pay attention. They're just gonna probably go after some of these guys right up here. Now, Jonathan Taylor, he is somebody has a lot of upside to him. I am very much so contemplating him. So one of those two guys might be my next pick, okay? But Todd Gurley, I know he's also guaranteed as well. I think I'm gonna go pretty high on receivers this year, guys. Juju Smith-Schuster. He's somebody who I really admire, man. He's a favorite target of Ben Roethlisberger over there in Pittsburgh. He's somebody who I really like. I also like Terry McLaurin from Washington as well too. We'll go ahead and add these guys to my queue as well. So look get these guys all looking here. Keenan Allen is a freaking baller. He's just a freaking baller. They got the potential. Well, I don't know if they're gonna have the rookie quarterback starting this year, but that is a guy who is gonna get the ball. DK Metcalf, man, the receivers are so freaking loaded this year. That question, man. You guys think I should draft Tom Brady? Backup QB? But this is a power game, right? Tom Brady gonna be getting them points though. He's gonna throw the ball a lot. Did a lot of dump passes, nope. Don't get distracted, Doug. Stay focused. Stay focused. Juju Smith-Schuster. Excuse me. What's happening? Welcome to the squad. All right, guys. So far, let's recap what we got so far. We got total 4 picks so far, okay? We got Lamar Jackson. We got Austin Eckler. Juju Smith-Schuster. Probably my favorite personality in the NFL. Just want to throw that in there. Then we got George Kittle. Baby Gronk. I can't even call him Baby Gronk because he ain't little. He's gonna bust your tail, man. So yeah, taking we got that here. Okay, so we gotta stay focused now. I got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 12 people in front of me until I pick again, okay? Now, I was number 7th in the draft, okay? So what I'm thinking, a lot of good people, man. I do want to make sure I got my receivers stocked up here, man. So I am going to probably pick Antonio Gibson next because I think he's going to rely on heavy. But that O-line, they did get some new additions over there, okay? But you guys got to understand, Washington is also a project right now. They are building up to what Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera, keep them in your prayers, by the way, just recent cancer diagnosis, which they did catch early, which is good. That team is in a rebuilding state. Washington is going to be live here very soon, and their defense is going to be popping some people in the mouth. My predictions video for the NFC East, check them out. I did predict them at 7, thinking going 7-9 this year, which is a heck of a lot better than last year, you know. However, you know, we just got to take and see what happens. But that O-line is suspect. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like they got 3 pretty good stars, but there's 2 people I do have questions about. So let's see what we got here. So I got Antonio Gibson, Ronald Jones. Now, Ronald Jones is an interesting case. That's a stacked room. And a lot of people are quick to say, hey, Leonard Fournette, he's going to take and be your starter. I don't know about that. They said that Ronald Jones is still the man over there. You know, you even got Shady McCoy and you know, and then they have another guy in there as well too. So it's a little bit stacked. I tend to really stay away from things like that, I'll be honest with you, okay? Le'Veon Bell's another guy, man. He's the main starter over there. Jets are going to get creamed. I don't see Le'Veon Bell, maybe even their dang quarterback, lasting the whole dang year. I think people should avoid the Jets this year like the plague. Treat them like the coronavirus and stay 6 feet away, including your own fantasy crap. Right out there. Todd Gurley, man. Todd Gurley. Jonathan Taylor. Todd Gurley. This is the real me thinking, y'all. This is all live, man. None of this junk is scripted. These are all real people. Some of who I know, some really, really great guys. Let's see what some of the boys, see if we got a little trash talk going in here. Yeah, Kenyon Drake in the 3rd round, man. That's a damn good pickup. Sean Watson, 3rd round pick. Yeah. What we got in here? Patty Mahomes, Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara's situation, it does raise some red flags. I think the Saints are going to keep them. I think they're going to try to work it out. I would hope that they work it out. Saints are Super Bowl contenders this year, man. No smack. Oh, hold on. It's on my name. It's my homie Wesley right here, man. He's the hot chub time machine. Let me see what my homie Brian is. My homie Brian, man. They're both cool guys, man. Brian and Wesley, man. Shouts out to those guys, man. I hope y'all watch this, man. Okay, so running back. I do want to fill that spot, man. I think I'm going to take and go receiver next year, guys. I'm probably going to be looking at Terry McLaurin. Ty Hilton is another cat who is very interested in me. They did beef up that wide receiver room. I'm going to repeat this over and over again. I like guys who are heavily relied on. Now, if it's a situation where you have 2 Pro Bowl, like Tampa, you know, you got 2 Pro Bowl, Godwin and Evans. Well, guess what? Those guys both got your points every single week, so nothing too much to really worry about, okay? A few guys I'm going to be looking at in probably 3 to 4 picks from now, if they're still around. I am going to be looking at Devontae Parker. Shouts out to my team, the Miami Dolphins. Just definitely looking out for them folks. Let's see what else we got. Jones Jr. Again, situation like that. Marvin Jones Jr. and Galladay. Those 2 guys, they're going to get you points every single week, man. Now, let's check out Galladay's numbers for last year. 888 yards. Not bad. He's a mid-range guy. Definitely a mid-range guy. I got Deebo Samuel. And if I could get him in the 9th or 10th round, boy, we're in round 5 right now, so I'm not gonna jump the gun. But he is supposed to be starting, and he's gonna be a major target for the 49ers. So later rounds, as far as my bench, I'm gonna be looking at Preston Williams. Now, Preston Williams, you look at the numbers, not too much to look at. He's looking. He had 428 yards. However, he was out. What? These little ads are taking pop up, and I don't know if you guys can hear that in the recording. He was taken out by, I think it was week 3 or 4. But to have 400 yards, man, like that, man, he's somebody who could really, really mess you guys up. So, man, people. I love when people are on auto because this goes a lot more quicker, man. A lot more quicker. Let's check out our defense, our tight end room. I do want to mark a few people here in the tight end spots because I do like to have a backup of decent quality. I don't want like, oh, you got a bye week. Okay, you ain't going to get more points. Noah Fant from Denver. Definitely a big target. We all know Rob Gronkowski. He's going to be a major target as well, too, for Mr. Tom Brady. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Excuse me. Mike Gesicki. Where was he at? 602 yards. That's respectable. He's a mid-range guy. Mark Andrews. Freaking daggone it. Right when how come when I say Mark Andrews, he goes right off the board? What the heck is wrong with people? Let their mother teach them manners. Let's check out some of the quarterbacks. Now, I am going to be picking up a second quarterback in this draft. Now, if someone's stinking it up or they're sucking, I don't want to be in a situation, and you guys need to think about this too. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where, oh man, this quarterback didn't work out. For example, Cam Newton after the MVP season. Did not do too well in fantasy. You know, during his MVP year, he freaking wrecked it, did awesome, right? After that, he just kind of was never the same Cam Newton. And not to say that he didn't have good games and stuff like that, but he was just never the same. But, looks like I'm next, guys. Hold on. To be continued. Okay, let's stay focused. Stay focused. All right, guys. Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin. Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin. Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin. Gonna take and go. Got a new quarterback over there in Indianapolis. Okay, no preseason games to see how these guys connected or what the chemistry was like. It's gonna be really, really interesting, man. Cooper Kupp, man, he's coming off the injury. Terry McLaurin. Terry, man, what's up, man? Welcome to the squad. Okay, now my next pick, as I did mention, guys, I am going to be going running back, okay? Now, I am looking at Antonio Gibson. I could possibly take and wait a little bit as well, too. Now, oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where the quarterback goes down, who's supposed to put up at least daggone 20 points a game. You want your quarterbacks to at least get you 20. Nothing less than that. Anything less than that, you need to find a new quarterback and be watching the waiver lines and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, I found myself in a situation where I was trying to find a good quarterback and whatnot, and it was frustrating. I'm just sharing some of my mistakes so you guys can avoid it. And I ended up, I think that was the year Jared Goff was in the league, and I think it was the second year, and he put up some pretty decent points. Following year, he really did not. So I like to have a backup plan. I like to have a plan for contingency. Now, if I'm gonna get a backup quarterback, I definitely recommend it. Usually around 11. You really want to stock up as many stars as you can on that roster, you know. But I like where I'm at right now. I mean, Lamar Jackson, Austin Eckler, Juju Smith-Schuster, Terry McLaurin, and George Kittle. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Around 10 or 11, also as well. Around that time, it's gonna be a little tricky. But I'm probably gonna draft a defense pretty early. I am that guy and stuff. You got my face here. Y'all, I got a little sunburn here today, as you can see. Man, I went with my family to Austin, Texas, and we did some hiking, and it was a blast. Went to Mounts. Begins with the B. I forgot the Blummel or something like that. And yeah, man, I didn't drink much water, folks. Drink water. Don't be stupid like that. Mount Bonnell, excuse me. Bonnell. Right here. Mount Bonnell. Beautiful place, though. If you're in the Texas area, definitely got to check that out. All right, folks. Well, back to business, guys. So we got a lot of big name running backs on the board. Antonio Gibson is definitely someone I'm looking at. Jonathan Taylor, man, he is expected to have a pretty daggone good year. Antonio Gibson is also someone who's very, very talented as well, too. So, now, obviously, what do these guys have in common? They are both rookies. Both of them are rookies, and we don't know what they're going to take and look like. Now, Jonathan Taylor, when he was in Wisconsin, he stunk it up, man. The guy was just a freaking monster on the field. A few other guys, I'm going to stay. Remember I talked about the Jets. You want to stay away from them. Outside of Anthony Miller for wide receiver, who's going to be a huge target for the Chicago Bears, I'm really trying to stay away from him. So David Montgomery, I am not going to be choosing you at all, my friend. So I'm not going to even play that game. Pittsburgh, I think they're going to surprise a lot of teams. Usually they're a team that, hey, make some playoffs, and then they lose after the first round. But they're that team. But Pittsburgh, man, I think they're going to shock a lot of people, man. So James Conner, man, where were you at? 837 yards, 292 receiving yards, yeah. I like that. Le'Veon Bell. I'm not breaking my own rules. Folks, remember, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? I'm next. Coming up with Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to hold off Antonio Gibson. I'm literally going to hold off to my 67th pick, guys. Yeah, we're going to hold off because I'm seeing a lot of running backs still on the board. I'm just going to take them hang tight. And of course, decisions. Looking at the QBs. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm probably going to be looking at as far as quarterbacks, if I could take and sweep up Just on Drew Lock. He's a guy with a lot of upside. He has 3 great receivers, 2 running backs who can catch the ball too. Guys definitely gonna get you some points. So I think I'm probably gonna take and use him for my backup. But I said after round 10, I'm looking at who's on the board. I'm currently evaluating the situation right now. I think I'm gonna hold off right now. So see where we're at though. So we got receivers, a lot of receivers. I only got 2. I got a flex left, folks. Let's go Uncle Vontae Parker. Did well, 1,020 yards, man. Damn sure is respectable. Oh, here we are. To Cooper Kupp or not to Cooper? That is the question. Let's see, we're at the running backs. Jonathan Taylor. I'm not tripping too much on running backs, man. I feel, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take a little. It's just so frustrating. This was frustrating because there's no preseason, y'all. I'm not able to see how these guys are playing. You know, obviously, catch you read scouting reports, and everything from what I see is very positive with Jonathan Taylor. It's very, very positive. But then we got Antonio Gibson, who's going to be heavily relied on as well too. DeAndre Swift, Cam Akers for the Rams. You know what? I think I'm gonna get my second running back. I'm gonna take a risk. I am gonna swoop around. So next pick I'm gonna do is, so I'm gonna pick Jonathan Taylor right now. Let's just make it official. Let's get this draft going. Jonathan Taylor, what's up? I'm gonna take a risk. Because I think this is gonna pay off. Not because one of his legs is the size of 2 of my legs, but the guy could catch, he could run. He has fresh legs coming to NFL. I feel that he might be the best running back in this class, essentially. Okay. Now for receivers, I am going to go receiver next, and there's still a lot of receivers on the board. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, when I was drafting with these guys last year, I did make it to a championship, as I mentioned, and I had a lot of injuries towards the end, and I did not kind of thing. So, but yeah, man, I'm thinking next I'm going to go Keenan Allen or Uncle Vontae, and then I'm going to hold off on Antonio Gibson for now. Cincinnati. Let's talk Cincinnati for a minute. They got potentially Joe Burrow is more than likely going to be the start, and it's set up for him. He's probably the best quarterback in that room compared to some of the other guys. Their O-line is buku suspect kind of thing. There's a lot of people on the board who I think is going to ball out. Deebo Samuel, he might be somewhere in my next 4 to 5 picks. Now, we are in round 6, so still pretty early on. You know, we're about close to halfway through the draft. So we're at defense. Take a gander. And I like to get my kickers usually right around 13. So I want first dibs. Usually every year I go Justin Tucker. Tucker's dope. I like Tucker a lot. Last year, did I have Tucker? I did have Tucker in most of my leagues. And then McManus ain't too bad. He's in Denver. He's a guy. You can maybe even give him your last pick. So this year, with all the talent that's still on the board, man, I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold off to like around 15 when we're done. Excuse me. Let's see where we're at. Bench, defense, got 2 wide receivers and a flex, 2 running backs. Lamar Jackson, David. Yeah, shout out to my brothers Isaac and Jason, man. We ended up having a draft recently, and it was pretty fun because they had defensive players in it. So while I was, I think, pick 10 out of 12 or something like that, it was really, really fun because I'm like, oh, okay. I got my first stars. You know, I got George Kittle, my second pick, just like I did this one as well too. But y'all, let me tell you guys something. I got first dibs on all the best defensive players, man. I got like Bosa. I got the guy who hit the dude in the head from the Browns. I forgot what his name is. Myles Garrett. You know, I got some ballers on my team, so that's gonna be an interesting league. I'll definitely keep you guys up to date on that one as well too. And I have one more draft coming up this weekend. I'm going to try to get a few more guys on me, so this ain't going to be my only draft. Usually every year I'm part of a minimum of 2 leagues, typically 3. It gets to a point, basically gets to a point where I'm like, man, I got too many leagues stuff. So trying to get my fantasy team to look like my shirt, man, having nothing but fighters. Kicker room. I am going to add Justin. There's a few guys. I'll be able to guess. I mean, Justin Tucker at 135. Kansas City, Harrison Putker, excuse me, 142. That's good. I like to be in the 130s or up, typically. Mike Prater's not a bad guy from Detroit as well, too. Detroit's interesting, man, because, you know, they're in the red zone, man. You know, they just lost so many close games. And they could have been a team that could have easily went 8-8, but they lost a whole crap ton of games with very good receiver core. Very good. It'll be interesting to see where Detroit goes, but I think they're going to be kind of around that. They're going to improve for sure, but I'm not sure by how much. Maybe 7-9, 9-7 perhaps. We just kind of got to wait and see. So, guys, I'm coming up. Let's check our running backs out. Let's see where we're at. Antonio Gibson is pretty daggone high up there. I think I'm going to take and pick Antonio Gibson next. And again, without a preseason, to see where some of these guys are going to be at, man, I am very skeptical. Why is Kareem Hunt so high? Oh, he got over 400 receiving yards and 400 on the ground. That doesn't equate to someone like Raheem Mostert, who's 808 yards and then 159 catching. Any more 1,000-yard guys? They're going. Yeah. I say we take and we go Antonio Gibson. Because a lot of these guys, what do they think? They're taking my guy. So I'm next. Let's check our quarterbacks. I want to do a quick peek through. Like I told you guys, around round 10, I'm probably going to be picking I want a decent quarterback. I really, really do. I need to put Drew Lock on my queue. I'm sorry, my bad. Kyler Murray is another guy who's expected to have not a sophomore slump, but a very, very good year. We got Tom Brady. We'll see where those guys are at in a couple rounds, though. But I got to stay true to what I got here. So I'm a receiver core. I don't have a lot of depth. I got 2 starters, and I'm going to need someone to fill in the flex. Antonio Gibson, I'm going to have faith. You know what? I know I was supposed to pick him a few rounds ago. I'm going to hold off for now. I am going to hold off to pick 74. I'm pick 67 right now. So let's see where we're at. Got Uncle Devontae Parker had beef with Michael Thomas this year. We got Deebo Samuel still there. That's Marvin Jones, Preston Williams, man. If I could pick him up later on, man, I'm gonna be very, very happy. So let's see. He's the last 1,000-yard. Yeah, it only makes sense. Let's go. Money team. Let's go. See where we at. Let's see if there's any smack talking here. Mamo. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Got a little smack talking here. I like some fantasy smack talk. DeAndre Swift as a guy, man. I would say he was probably my top 3 favorite running back in the draft. And he's a guy who's very elusive. Detroit is set up for success, man, but it's going to be up to the coaches, man, and culture and all that stuff, man. They're very suspect there. I feel like they have better players and they have actually better coaches than most of them. Keenan Allen. Dang it, I wanted Keenan Allen on my team. Okay. All right, so as far as 1,000-yard receivers, guys, I'm gonna make myself a little smaller here. I'm gonna put myself up here, okay? So, got Jarvis Landry still on the board, just under 1,000. DJ Chark Jr., just under 1,000. Got a bunch of 800-yard guys. Now, these are the guys. Now, I got my starters, man. I got Devontae Parker, Terry McLaurin, and also as well, I got Juju Smith-Schuster, okay? George Kittle, we got Taylor. Now I'm taking a risk mostly on Taylor because I haven't seen how he plays. I have not. We haven't seen him in an NFL game yet. He's somebody I'm very, very interested to see how he's going to do. Lamar Jackson, he's going to come out there balling. Now I'm really not worried at all. Now we're going into, let's see here, about to approach round 8 coming up. Okay, so then after that, it's just going to be a matter of if these guys are going to work or not. Okay, we got Deebo Samuel, Marvin Jones. Now, I know Edelman and, Edelman, what's his name? The new quarterback over there. He's, they've been working out a lot. They've been working on their chemistry and stuff. It's going to be real interesting there. Let's see. Max. Antonio Gibson is still there. All right, so I am going to take Antonio Gibson next, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Yards. Again, in a situation, you take that risk. If the risk is on payoff, or you're going to eat a fantasy football sandwich because you made a bad decision and I'm going to be off my team in like 3-4 weeks. So this will be very, very interesting. But let's go a little bit down further now. We done talked about, the receivers and some of the guys I'm probably gonna pick up later. All right, so Preston Williams at this point, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's add him to the queue. New Orleans, Emmanuel Sanders, that might not be a bad fit. Henry Ruggs, we haven't seen him in a football game yet. Supposedly he looks really, really good. I'm gonna hold off for now. These two guys are really on my high list as far as people I'm gonna pick up later. If I'm gonna get a receiver next, if he's still there, I'm definitely going Deebo Samuel. Let's see where he's at for yards. 774 yards, not bad. Let's see if I get a breakdown. Hope he doesn't give me another comment. Uh-oh, took me to another page. That guy's got a commercial plan. All right, guys. Let's see where we at. Running backs. Raheem Mostert. Boy. Really, really interesting. Antonio Gibson. I understand Raheem Mostert, he has more yards, and I'm taking a risk with Antonio Gibson. I like to have a mix of usually two starters who I've never seen, usually a rookie typically, right? I'm going to take them and just take that chance because it might actually pay off, right? And we may have a Willie Parker situation where dude started for the Steelers, over a decade ago, and freaking balled out of control, for opening game, I think he had like 200 yards, right? But we may run into a situation like that. Obviously, I'm not going to compare the Steelers of the late 2000s to Washington right now, but Tony Gibson is going to be relied on pretty heavily. So I say we think we draft him. Let's take that risk and see what's going to take and happen with that, okay? But I'm feeling pretty happy, man. I got Austin Eckler. He's going to catch a lot. Taylor, my other running back, he's going to do pretty good. And then, of course, I got Gibson. Gibson is officially my first bench player, okay? Hey, not a bad guy to take in half for a backup. I know, realistically, guys, by pick 87, another 12 picks away or so, I'm probably not going to get Raheem Mostert. I'm going to add him, and if he's there, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to take him, okay? Because I like to have a stacked bench of people who are proven. Mid-range guys are still going to put up points. I don't want to sit there and play this game and go, I'll get this rookie and this rookie and this rookie. Because the fact of the matter is, especially with now preseason, we didn't get a preseason this year. So I didn't get to see how a lot of people are playing, how much you're going to be getting the ball. So what did you take? Now, we're coming into round 9, guys. Now, as I mentioned before, I tend to take my defenses pretty early. There's still a lot of good guys on here who are going to still get you 800 yards, man. Mid-range guys. But that number's counting down. It's probably maybe like, let me see here. 5, 6. So we got 7 800-yard receivers left in the draft right now, okay? Tyler Boyd, again, are you going to be a favorite target of Joe Burrow? I don't know. Will Fuller, I love Will Fuller. I'm a Will Fuller fan when he's healthy. I'm going to avoid him this year, man, because he'll put up some awesome numbers, man. He'll get you 20, 25 points some games. But then also as well, he'll have those games where he's not there because he's injured, right? He's your deep threat guy. But again, they got some new weapons over there, so we're going to have to see. Deebo Samuel, man, I think he's going to be relied on a lot more heavier because the other Marquise Goodwin, who's now a Philadelphia Eagle. Marquise Goodwin, he is a Philadelphia Eagle. So, yeah, we're just going to have to take and see with that one there. Let's see here. Bobby Boucher here in the chat. Okay, so let's go see. Let's see where we're at. So we got quarterbacks. They're taking a lot of people from my queue, and I don't like that. Who are y'all taking? Okay. This is my queue right now, and I have a few people supposed to be doing good. Now I'm up in 5 picks right now, okay? So let's look and see where I'm at right now. So we got I need a defense, I need a kicker. I'm focused on defense, kicker more so probably later on. I'll be honest with you, probably pick 94. I'm gonna take probably a defense. I'm thinking at this point. But let's see who's left over. Okay, now we still got Tyler Boyd. Again, he got a little bit more extra yards. Deebo Samuel's gonna be relied on heavily. He's expected to start week 1. So I think I'm probably gonna take Deebo Samuel, guys, to be honest with you. And then Preston Williams, I'm gonna probably pick him up. Thinking Preston Williams, I'm gonna have him on the bench for a little bit, but he's somebody who I am definitely interested in for sure. We got Darius Slayton, Robbie Anderson, Jerry Jeudy in Denver, Rashard Perriman. Heck, no, stay away from the Jets, guys. Uncle Doug, tell no lies. Larry Fitzgerald, 600 yards. Ooh, that was rough year for Mr. Fitzgerald. Yeah, I'm not really liking this. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go at least 2 more receivers, guys, before I start picking up some other people. I'm up in 2 picks, okay? Let's see where we're at for the tight end room. Y'all done stripped me dry of good tight ends. I'm going to add a tight end to my queue at this point because I really want to take and monitor that. Mike Gesicki is another guy. Hey, 600 yards, man. That's not bad at all, man. Hunter Henry, 600 yards, not bad. Those are mid-range tight ends. This is what it is. I'm thinking, who the heck doesn't have a breakout season? You know, we got Hayden Hurst in Atlanta. It's another target for Matty Ice. TJ Hawkinson, man, he had 1 game last year, man. He freaking went the heck off, man. And but then he was injured the rest of the year, kind of thing. Let's see here. I think he might actually came back later. Austin Hopper, Mary Hunter. Okay. So receiver or tight end? That is the question. I think I'm going to go receiver. I did mention that, hey, Deebo Samuel, I think he's going to be a really good pickup. So let's go ahead. Let's pick him up, man. Let's see what's going on. I drafted Deebo Samuel. What's up? Okay, now I'm stuck at a rock at a hard place because usually, I told you guys, I usually get defense around this time. Let's check out our defenses. Let's see where we're at, okay? Ravens D. Oh, someone actually took the Bills off the board? Yeah, wow. So they're getting defenses already. I don't want to be taking – there's a few defenses I think are going to be really, really stacked and be looking really good. Colts are one of them. Oh, snaps. Yep, they're taking defenses off the board. So, yeah, guys, I got to go defense here. I really – Patriots, Colts. I think I'm going to go Colts, guys. Really building up something special over there in Indianapolis to be exact. Eagles, no. Seahawks is a maybe. They just lost Jadeveon Clowney. Buccaneers are another one I like as well, too. Should we go there? May go Buccaneers. The sack leader. Let's check out the Buccaneers. That's a roster real quick, guys. Let's see here. Buccaneers are looking mighty fine this year, man. Really, really excited about them. Let's see here. We got the roster right now on NFL.com. And then, of course, you got the Colts, too. Colts are also looking very, very good as well, too. So that's a tough one. I'm going to come back to that one here in a minute because I still got receivers here. Marvin Jones, Preston Williams. Preston Williams, I'm going to hold off till maybe round 14. I want him on my team regardless, man. I mean, for someone who didn't play the whole season and have as much yards as Preston had, very, very, very impressive. Let's see. That's what keeping yard. It's not bad. 5 touchdowns. Another guy, guys, to keep an eye. I don't think I'm going to draft him, but keep out with his quarterbacks is Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's somebody I really, really love watching play the game, and he has more weapons than he's probably had in his entire career right now. Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki, Preston Williams. We got Jordan Howard in the backfield. Be real interesting. Okay, we got running backs. Let's see what we got for running backs. I think I'm good with running backs to draft. I mean, I have 3. Definitely not bad. Quarterbacks. I was at the peak of my quarterbacks because I tend to draft 2 quarterbacks. Drew Lock might be my last pick of the day. I really think he's going to be my last pick. 2. I want him to start. Not going to happen. We got receivers. We spent Marvin Jones. 888 yards, man. That's definitely not bad at all. Tyler Boyd. I think I'm going to stay away from that. He is. Sterling Shepard, 826 yards. He is a major target over there in the Giants, and you definitely can't deny that. Whereas Marvin Jones, there's a few other guys there in the mix too. So I'm thinking I'm going to go Sterling Jones, maybe pick 107. Now I'm next here in 50 seconds or less, so I got to be ready to pick. Manuel Sanders, he's now there in New Orleans. Guy's a thoroughbred baller. Oh, I'm next. What did you pick up? Tight end, Hayden Hurst, Hunter Henry. That being said, guys, Hunter Henry's still on the board. It's 656 yards. Not bad. Not bad at all. They're a team. Chargers are unstable team. They're not a team that I'm expecting these great amazing things out of. Now I could wait, and I like all 4 of these guys right here: Hawkinson, Hurst, Henry. There's a few other guys who may be hanging out later on too. I'm gonna take a sec. I know I have 50 seconds to make my pick. But let's see where we're at. Board. All right. I did mention I was gonna take defense next. So let's go. I'm gonna take a defense. Okay. I gotta wait 12 picks. Now these 12 picks, it's gonna take and determine a lot. Okay. Now picker. Let's see here. Like I said, I want to really have first dibs on the best picker possible because a lot of these teams there's a dogfight. You know what I mean? You want to have that kicker who's going to be outstanding. Not if you pick mid-range kickers and mid-range defenses. Let me tell you guys something. That's you're leaving yourself up for games that you could potentially lose. So you want to get a good kicker. Don't wait till your last pick. Don't wait till your last pick for defense. I'm telling you right now. Please don't do it. Now, I know some people. Shouts out to my buddy Lloyd. We did a league last year. Again, another huge Cowboys fan after all. I'm in Texas. But, I remember his strategy was he doesn't even he picks the defense depending on which team is playing. So he switches it every single week. I'm not necessarily a fan. I just have a defense. I know even if you're the future Super Bowl winning champion, potentially going to have some games that you're going to lose. You're going to have, let's just 7-2 Dolphins. You have some games you're going to lose, right? Kind of thing. So, yeah, the Colts, I'm really, really liking them on their defense and some of the things they're doing over there in Indianapolis. I'm thinking I might go Tucker next, but again, this is where it gets tricky because you want to stock up your bench with good players, and also as well, you want to have good kickers and good defense. And you obviously want to make the right decision. Am I going to make the right decision? I surely hope so. But I'm thinking Will Lutz from New Orleans or Justin Tucker. And depending on who's on the board, I might wait until pick 114, but I might wait till 107. I'm just paying attention. And you got to pay attention to what other people are picking as well, too, okay? Very good to beef up that queue. Okay, so I got 3 running backs. Good there. Phil Lindsay's a guy I'm interested in. J.K. Dobbins is a guy I'm interested in. But some of these guys where it's like you're going to be splitting with Ingram, you might be a 700-yard running back, and that doesn't necessarily mean victory for me. Who left on the board is to be relied on heavily. Who's just single-handedly, Zach Moss is going to be split in time probably with Singletary, okay? Yeah, I don't see too much really starters here. Taking stuff. Okay. Adrian Peterson is in Detroit. That should be interesting. Let's see what they got. How much would the Adrian Peterson get? Let's see. Okay. All right, so I'm going to hold off on running backs, man. Possibly the remainder of the draft. I mean, there's a few people here where I'm like, okay, I can see that person possibly doing something, but really, really not feeling, not really feeling at all who's left over at this point. Philip Lindsay is one. Hey, he did pretty good last year, definitely balled out for sure, 700 yards, definitely very respectful, and 200 receiving yards as well too. So, but again, splitting time in the backfield as well too. So, so I see something, that leaves me left with. I think I'm gonna be taking receiver next. Preston Williams, very high on the board here. Here's the thing with Preston Williams, like he's 6'5", 6'5". Check my kickers out. See, guys are taking kickers already. Guys, I'm gonna take a kicker next. Okay. Yeah. I mean, as I told you guys, stuck between those two, and you gotta pay attention what other people are taking off the board. So you are coming with me, compadre. Now, if he goes, Detroit can move the ball up and down the field, and not everything's gonna be a touchdown always, right? So I know Mac Prater, he's going to get through that freaking field goal. I really like what we got going in Detroit. Take and see what else they got. Yeah, took my guy Tucker, man. A little upset about that, but that's okay. Guys, we're around 11 of 16, so this is almost over here. We are literally almost done. I like where we're at, though. We got Lamar Jackson, Austin Eckler, Taylor, Juju Smith-Schuster, McLaurin, Kittle, Parker, Colts defense, Antonio Gibson, Deebo Samuel. Loving where I'm at right now, man. I'm not upset the least bit. I'm on in about 40 seconds or less. If things go my way, I'm going to get Lutz. Again, people are already starting to take the kickers on the board, and you don't want to be left with the scraps. Okay. Let's see where we're at. So we got someone does take them. Again, I don't mind taking Matt Prater, but New Orleans is also going to move the ball, and they have one of the better offenses in the National Football League. So definitely a guy you want to go with. And what do you know? Will Lutz is on the board. New Orleans. Let's go. All right, I took a kicker in round 12, so pretty happy about that. Defenses that are left, I don't ever take two defenses, ever. I did that, I think my first or second year doing this, and yeah, I regretted it pretty heavily. The Bears defense is going to be pretty live, though, so if you guys are watching, Bears defense is one that's going to be very, very good to pick up. Patriots, they're a mid-range team that they're going to get you interceptions with a lot of scheme that they run. But I'm going to say it's the Miami Dolphins. Right now, you see where they're at. This junk ain't accurate at all. It's going to get real crazy this upcoming season for the Dolphins. Okay, so let's take and see what's on the board. We got 4 more picks from you guys. 4 more picks, okay? Let's check out our quarterbacks. Let's do a quick sweep through, okay? Drew Lock is still on the board. I told you guys a while ago, Drew Lock, man, his receiver core is awesome, okay? He's somebody who I think is definitely in for a 4,000-yard year. Again, that's contingent on him being successful. Definitely somebody who is taken and worth a look at, okay? Running backs, let's see who we got here still. Same situation. And I'm not saying that these guys are bad picks necessarily, but these are not guys you really want your stars. You really want them on the bench. Watch them, see how they do, and then maybe they can replace a starter, especially guys like J.K. Dobbins, man, who freaking balled out when he was at Ohio State. Definitely very, very high on him. If I had to pick someone else, and if they're still around, I might potentially pick him. We'll take an admin Q while we're talking. In the meantime, let's check out our receivers. Now, we got Deontay Johnson from Pittsburgh, Christian Kirk, pretty high up there, 700 yards. Guys, I'm going Preston Williams. I am going Preston Williams all the way this next pick. All right, punch my desk and flip out if being available here in Sport Picks. We got to take and see. Still got 5 rounds left. Let's see where we're at. Okay. Now, I'm thinking I'm at least going to take and get hoping to get 2 to 3 more receivers. The next 2 receivers I'm looking at is Preston Williams, as I mentioned, okay? I'm also looking at Emmanuel Sanders of New Orleans as well, too. Deshaun Jackson, like him a lot, but can he stay healthy? That's the question, man. Deshaun Jackson, man, he's going to get your touchdowns, man, but usually it seems for the past couple seasons, come midway through the season, he's injured. You know what I mean? He's in again and off again, in and again and off again. So I don't even see him being in the NFL the next 2 to 3 years. He's definitely had the best years ahead of in the past of him, but Deontay Johnson, I remember picking him up off for waivers last year. He did very, very well. Damn it to hell. They picked up Preston Williams. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm pissed off. Preston Williams is going to ball out this year. I knew I should have got him before. Got a freaking kicker. It's okay. Preston Williams is going to be on my bench anyway, but with McLaurin, he's a starter, but I know Juju Smith-Schuster, he's going to bring to the table. Definitely know what Devontae Parker's going to bring to the table. As far as McLaurin, he's somebody who gets targeted a lot, very, very skilled guy. But he would be the person who I'd be like, okay, I could see myself benching him if he doesn't do well. Deebo Samuel's coming off an injury, so. But yeah, I'm going to be going receivers probably these next 2 picks, all right? I'll be honest with you, I want receivers. I don't want garbage receivers. I want people who are going to take the ball out, okay? So that being said, how many 700-yard receivers do we got? We have Jamison Crowder. Injured, though. Questionable. 800 yards. He's the last. Has a few 800 yards. Mike Williams. Got him. Golden Tate. I'm all set on him. Got Robbie Anderson, Carolina. Again, new quarterback. Who are going to be some of his favorite targets? Oh. So we got to take and see there. Let's go a little bit further down the list. If I mentioned earlier in this conversation that Anthony Miller would definitely be a person who would definitely be heavily relied upon. I'm going to add him to my queue, but I don't think I'm going to get to him. Definitely more people ahead of him on here and stuff. Okay, let's see who else we got. Michael Pittman Jr., he's a rookie. Alan Lazard. Okay. I might mess around and try to trade names later. Can't even lie, guys. That's somebody I was pretty high on. I was hoping to get a steal on him later, but he's definitely getting a lot more shine this year than he did last year. So, and it was crazy. Preston Williams, when he first came to Miami Dolphins, man, he was a guy who was probably just a camp body, and he balled out. He balled the heck out. I mean, he was doing Calvin Johnson type capture stuff. Could be the next potential Calvin Johnson of mine. Plus with D-Jack there. Deshaun Parker. Some big matchup. Okay, so let's see. Christian Kirk. 725 yards. Again, mid-range guy, but not bad. I mean, definitely not a person you probably want starting. But again, the situation did get better. Let's see where they're at for tight end. Hunter Henry is also still on the board. I know he's not going to be there later, and I do like to have a contingency plan if George Kittle ends up going down. Also, as well, you got a few of these guys here as well, too. So I'm hoping that they'll be there for 127, but we'll definitely have to take and see. Now, I'm going to take and draft a receiver. I'm going to stick to my guns to where I'm at and what works for me and what has made me successful in playing fantasy football. Okay. That being said, we're going to take and go. Johnson, Christian Kirk, Johnson. Kirk. I'm going to take and go Pittsburgh. There's something brewing in Pittsburgh, man. I feel it in my sternum. I'm going to go ahead and pick him up, Deontay Johnson. Again, not starting him, but you want to have a guy who's going to still get you points for bye weeks or if someone gets injured and goes down. And injuries do happen in fantasy football, so whatnot. They could even happen in practice. So, But now is the time. I'm not up for another 12 picks. Definitely want to take and see who else is available. So right now we have Christian Kirk. Again, 700 yards. I'm going to go ahead and add him to my queue. Not saying I'm going to get him next. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I might potentially end up getting Hunter Henry if he's available. That's 600 yards. Those are bad receiver numbers. Pretty good if you're a tight end. So not too bad. Okay, let's take and see what else we got here. We got my kicker, got my defense, nice guys. J.K. Dobbins. He could catch, he can run, and awesome numbers at Ohio. Feel like taking a risk this next pick. Now my risky picks that I'm like really not sure is going to be Taylor. I think he's the next Saquon Barkley, if you ask me. Yeah, he runs with much conviction, much like a Herschel Walker. Also as well, Antonio Gibson, though he is on my bench, he's another guy who the Washington football team is very high on as well too. Okay, so you can see what else we got here. Backs. Guys, I'm taking J.K. Dobbins. I'm gonna take a risk on him. Okay. Now remember, guys, we have just a few more picks left in the draft. We got 4 more picks, and we're all done. Okay. I do want to have a backup quarterback. I'd like to have a backup tight end, but I'm really not tripping if I don't get Hunter Henry. Not a big deal. I got Kittle. He stayed pretty much healthy throughout the year. Not worried at all. See what else we still got on the board though. We got Daniel Jones, Ben Roethlisberger, and again, I like to if Lamar Jackson is in a third-year slump, if you will. I need someone to replace him until numbers get better, to be honest. Okay. Ben Roethlisberger, I think he's going to take and go off. I like Drew Lock as well, too. Oh, they got Christian Kirk. Okay, so guys, I will not be getting Christian Kirk. So he was taken. That ain't no problem. So let's take it. It's a little bit bigger. Jones, Ben Roethlisberger. Daniel Jones, I don't want to pick him up. He's going to be that guy who he'll take and get you like 13, 14, 15 points a game. I'm not interested. I don't care if he has a good arm. They keep selling that to you. It's New York. They have to sell something to you, right? To improve tickets. Daniel Jones, you ain't fooling nobody. Not picking you up. Jared Goff did horrible last year. Absolutely horrible. I'm not a fan of it. Matter of fact, let's see. He got 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Yeah, definitely not something I'm looking towards. Jimmy Garoppolo had 25 touchdowns, but again, he lost some weapons this past year. Yep, Hunter Henry's off the board. Again, guys, not tripping at all. So, I mean, let's go ahead. Let's get back to the running backs room. J.K. Dobbins is still on the freaking board. Still on the board. Zach Moss, been very high on in Buffalo. Might be worth taking a look at. Okay, he played for the University of Utah. Actually, a cousin of Santana Moss, Sonoris Moss too. So definitely a guy worth looking into for your fantasy. Maybe someone pick up on waivers, perhaps. You know. But if J.K. Dobbins is there, 4 picks, is all mine. Checking our receivers, see where we're at. Right now, towards the top of the board, we still got a few 700-yard receivers left over. Okay, again, Jamison Crowder, I'm gonna take and hold off on that. Golden Tate, some of these other guys. Looking really at Emmanuel Sanders. You gotta think too. You know, if Michael Thomas goes down, Emmanuel Sanders possibly gonna be the next guy up. Okay. There's also Mike Williams as well too. He did have an injury in practice. I actually watched on Hard Knocks. That was pretty scary. Let's see how long he's going to be out for. I'm going to look that up. Mike Thomas, and Mike Williams. I meant to say. Let's see what up the Michael Thomas injury. So he had an AC joint sprain in his shoulder, and he's going to be week to week. Saying that it's likely for him to miss 4 to 6 weeks, according to NFL.com. So definitely worth the pickup, man. Because I mean, that guy, he is a baller, man. Mike Williams is freaking awesome, man. I mean, he could one of the best jump ball receivers in the league, if you ask me. So. All right, guys, so I'm next. Let's see who we taking. We got Emmanuel Sanders. And again, I'm looking at Mike Williams. Again, he's injured. He's not even at the top of the board. But again, this is somebody you want to think later down the season. Don't just think about the beginning. Injuries happen. You got to have a contingency plan, okay? That's why you still have me looking at my quarterbacks late in the draft, because I need a backup plan just in case. Now, we're talking about Hunter Henry. He obviously got taken already. Told you guys I'm not tripping. Mike Gesicki's another guy. G-Man, Mike Gesicki. He might be my. I usually don't always go backup tight end. I usually like put underperforming receiver and have it fill a spot for where my tight end does have a bye week. But in this case, guys, let's see. Emmanuel Sanders, how did he do? He has 700 yards. Not bad. Also a better receiver. Jimmy G is not a better quarterback than Drew Brees. Drew Brees throws the ball a heck of a lot more. So Emmanuel Sanders, welcome to the squad. Okay. Now, guys, we have 3 more slots to take and fill. Okay. Now, my bench is looking really nice. We got Antonio Gibson, Deebo Samuel, Deontay Johnson, and Emmanuel Sanders. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Let's check out our quarterbacks. Okay. Like I told you guys, I want a contingency plan. Okay. We got Ben Roethlisberger. I'm all good. Baker Mayfield hasn't shown me enough. Needs to grow the heck up. Yeah. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, again, he has a lot of weapons to take and throw to. So that's somebody I am looking at. Let's check our tight ends out here really quickly. Emmanuel Sanders gone. J.K. Dobbins. That was the guy I did want to pick. Mike Gesicki just got taken. That gone it, man. That's a great pickup, Mike Gesicki. Man. That's he's somebody who could potentially have an 900 yard year this year. We got to see what the quarterback situation is looking like as well too. But again, going to be a great pickup. Okay. So we got a bunch of rookies in here, man. We got Jerry Jeudy, he's still on here. CeeDee Lamb, another guy. Project taking work on. Now, I try not to go no more than 2 or 3 rookies a draft. I like to get guys who do have proven numbers and not take too many risks. But the risk taker sometimes can pay off. Last year, that wasn't the case for me. It didn't pay off really for anybody, okay? And whatnot. Now, that being said, if I had to pick any receiver who is left on this board, who is a rookie, I'm looking at CeeDee Lamb from Dallas. I'm looking 100% at him. I think he's going to do pretty good. Now, I have – looks like I'm next. We got Drew Lock. Check for our quarterbacks. Ben Roethlisberger is still there. He looks healthier. He slimmed down. Roethlisberger stopped eating the dang burgers. Check our tight ends real quick. I think I'm good on tight ends for the remainder of the draft, guys. I can't really justify picking up one of these tight ends and overlooking some of the receivers who are still on the boards, or even the quarterback is on the board. Again, all set with, let's see here. Zach Moss got taken. He's gone. Tavius Murray, Tariq Cohen, Pollard, Russell Jackson. Adrian Peterson is in Detroit. It's going to be very interesting. He has like a week to get prepared for his first game. Very, very interesting. I'm going to take and hold off on running backs. Okay. I'm thinking actually within my next 2 picks, probably going to end up taking and getting a quarterback. I'm thinking. But let's see here. Let's check our receivers out. Let's see where we're at. Okay. CeeDee Lamb over in Dallas. Very, very interesting. Williams coming back in a few weeks. Very interesting there as well, too. That being said, got a little rush there. Mike Williams, welcome to this. Okay. Now we got a total of 3 picks left in the draft, guys. So I'm going to, 2 picks. Forgive me. So I'm thinking go backup quarterback and actually get a quality quarterback. Okay. Okay. And then also get a receiver. If CeeDee Lamb is still on the board, and I expect him to be, he's going to be my guy. Let's see. Ben Roethlisberger is off the board. No. That's okay, guys. I am not upset. Hey, Mike Williams is still there. Goff, Baker, Gardner Minshew, Drew Lock. Drew Lock, again, might be a guy. Eric Carr. A lot of weapons over there for the Las Vegas Raiders. But what's very, very interesting with them is that, you know, they tend to be very dysfunctional. And Derek Carr's a good quarterback, but he hasn't had the best supporting cast over there for the Raiders. So I'm going to take and avoid him. Jimmy Garoppolo, he is an average quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback. Though he went to Super Bowl, that was more so the defense's thing. He just needs to take it and not turn over kind of thing. Baker Mayfield's a grow up. Jared Goff, subpar. Sam Darnold, stay away from the Jets. Phillip Rivers is another guy. He has a lot of fun weapons to work with, but he plays very, very mediocre. Another guy I'm also looking at as well, too, is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Yep, way down here. Ryan Fitzmagic, okay? Again, he has 2 receivers who are pretty good, man. So he's going to actually be my last pick, guys. I'm going to take and skip over. And he's proven. We know what he's going to take and bring to the table. As a matter of fact, let's pull up his numbers. See where he's at. Ooh, some rough numbers. But again, they had a huge, probably the biggest offseason. At least top 3, you got to say, as far as points goes. Now, let's see. Eagles, he got 26 points. Horrible. But not a horrible quarterback option. The last couple games this season, I mean, he did okay. I mean, he averaged mid-20-something points, you know, as far as quarterbacks go. I do expect him to take and play a lot better. Now, Drew Lock, let's see where his points were at. There we go. Oh, so again, a lot of weapons, but we haven't seen him with these weapons. They're brand new weapons, okay? So I'm going to take and hold off on Mr. Lock for now. I'm going to actually remove him from I'm not going to draft him. I know I said I was, and I saw that there. I think I'm good, okay? Now for receiver, let's take and see. So what we got here, we got Anthony Miller. He's going to be relied on pretty heavily. See how he did last year. They were a freaking nightmare, Chicago. Still kind of are. That management is probably some of the worst ownership in the entire National Football League. I have a few picks. I'm going to put it up here. Let's see. I got 2 more picks. Oh, CeeDee Lamb came off the board. Oh, snap. Okay, so I cannot pick up CeeDee Lamb. He is not going to take and be on my team this year. Dang it. I was hoping to see him on. I'm going to be looking for some of these rookies here, okay? Jerry Jeudy is a guy I'm going to be looking at, okay? They have him at 729 yards. It's definitely not bad. Drew Lock did good. I mean, he balled out for a couple games. You know what I mean? You know, rookie last year. And they say they're sticking with him, and they're committed to him. They got receivers. They showed that commitment this year, right? The O-line isn't too bad neither over there, too. So take a quick peek at running backs. That's going to be a gigantic no for all these. These are all guys going to be on waiver wires. Adrian Peterson, if you could pick anybody left, I'll say Adrian Peterson would be a pretty good guy to take and pick up. Let's check our quarterbacks. Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick will be there for the last pick. I think out of all the picks, I'm salty. I told you, Preston Williams is going to ball out. He's going to get you nothing less than 900 yards this year, guys. As long as he's healthy, God willing, and he's going to get you nothing less than 900 yards. He's going to be a guy who does get you points. Jerry Jeudy, rookie. Again, let's see how he does. Got a few guys in here. Rieger, I'm going to stay away from, but he is a speedster. Claypool, Chenault. Ooh, Cole Beasley. He only has 600 yards last year. Again, very, very interesting. Let's see how he does. All right, guys, so I am next on the clock. I have 2 more picks in the entire NFL draft, okay? Decisions. Now, they done took CeeDee Lamb away from me. I tell you guys, I do like to have 2 to 3 projects to kind of work on. And I'm hoping at least I strike gold with 2/3 of them. That's the goal, really, for all of them to work. But that is not always the case, okay? Now, I'm pretty stacked at receivers. I have 4 receivers on my bench, okay? I got a running back on my bench, okay? Now, I think out of these receivers, 2 of these guys are probably going to be cut by week 3. They're not going to be on my team anymore. They're gone. Goodbye. Running backs, I think if I could take anybody, we all kind of know how Adrian Peterson's going to do. Okay. Quarterbacks, let's see who's there. Nobody too impressive, but again, Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to get you some decent numbers. It's going to catch a lot of people off guard. However, I do want to take a risk with someone. Anthony Miller, he's going to be a big target, but that's not somebody I want to stay away from Chicago. So that being said, I'm going to take and pick Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy's on my team. And I have one more pick in the draft, guys. I already told you guys. I'd be very shocked if somebody is even thinking about Ryan Fitzpatrick. But if he's there, man, I would love to take and have the bearded man on my team. Let's take a look. I'm going to take and put a little message here. Say awesome draft, guys. Should be interesting this season. Or on my YouTube channel, this will be on the touchdown with Doug Smith. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Immediately, as soon as it's over, I'm gonna be trying to take and get a draft for. I want Preston. Pretty pissed off. Stuff. All right, guys. Did I say? We got all these guys left. Let's do one last look through. If you have somebody set in mind, don't be foolish. Do a walkthrough. Just double check. I'm good on a kicker. No one has two kickers. I'm good on a defense. I'm all set there. Though I have heard of people taking multiple defenses to take and piss off the rest of the competition. I have heard that before. Trade leverage later on and stuff. Tight ends. Jack Doyle, Indianapolis. Jack Doyle wasn't too bad. I mean, he's okay, you know. Very rarely has a 100-yard game, but you know. That being said, guys, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think out all these guys here, I think he's going to take and get me the best numbers, bang for my buck. He either does really, really well or really bad, but he has more games over 20 points. And really, what I'm looking for in my backup quarterback is somebody who's going to get me 20 points a game for if one guy is sucking or he's slumping. Guys I'm not worried about. Austin Eckler, not worried. Juju Smith-Schuster, not worried. George Kittle, not worried. Devontae Parker, not worried. Cole's defense, not worried. Lutz, not worried. I do have a few questions there, and if I'm being critical, let's take and see where I'm at right now. Oh, Lamar Jackson, not critical, I should say, in first. But if you guys, you know, who are kind of my projects, my rookie guys, Jerry Jeudy balled out. That was Tua Tagovailoa's probably his favorite target for the Crimson Tide. Okay, also as well, Mike Williams, he's going to be coming back in potentially like a month. I'm 4 or 5 weeks from now. I'm completely okay with that. He's somebody who may ball out later. If not, I'll be honest with you, man, I don't want people taking up too much roster space, okay? But that is somebody who I am looking towards. Antonio Gibson, that O-line, I have a lot of questions about over in Washington. What in the heck is going to happen? Suppose he has a good pair of hands. He can catch as well, too, and also run the ball. Supposedly Haskins has been balling out of control. He won the position already for starting quarterback. So let's see. They let go of Adrian Peterson. So it had to been not just because of his age. It could have actually been because of, hey, Gibson is just that good, and why have someone taking up a roster space when you have a younger, fresher, new mind in there, new body in there, right? So I have him in there, but again, he's a question mark for me. Okay, Deebo Samuels, I think, is going to ball out this year because again, he's wide receiver number 1 over there, right? And then of course they have my backup, Fitzpatrick. So I feel happy. This is, if I had to give myself a draft grade, I'd give myself a B+. I'm pretty happy, and if God willing everything goes well, definitely see myself taking and winning a championship this year. Let me see if there's a way I could take and what's my first pick? Oh, let me. But anyway, guys, listen, man, it's been an absolute blast taking and hanging out here with you guys, man. I have really, really enjoyed this a lot. Make sure you guys go ahead and take and subscribe. You'll catch my videos also on moneylinemedia.com. Make sure you guys go ahead and support me there. Go ahead, subscribe, hit the like button, share it with a friend. It takes and it helps the channel to ultimately take and grow. And guys, I've been doing this channel for about 5.5 months now. Okay. And I love this, man. I love the interaction, talking with you guys. So you guys truly, truly do rock. Really do appreciate you guys taking and supporting me, guys. So anyway, God bless you guys. Have a nice day. I should be getting another one of these videos out. Like I said, I do 2 to 3 drafts. So I'm going to try to do another one next Saturday as well, too, or next Saturday or Sunday around that time. So anyway, God bless you guys. Peace out. Wash your hands. Don't be nasty. Don't be selfish. Wear a mask as well. You guys take care.